Hi, it's Nathan Akke here. You're watching Matchday Live.
Good afternoon, Manchester City fans. Welcome along to Matchday Live. Here we are, the boys in blue, turning up in London as we take on Spurs in the Premier League this afternoon. 4:30 kickoff, huge game ahead. Of course, hoping to close the gap, getting it back to 4 points to Arsenal, who sit top of the Premier League at the moment. Let's get into our team news straight away because we can bring you the team as chosen by Pep Guardiola. Here it is, our starting 11. In goal, Gigi Donnarumma, Nunez, Kusanov, Gay, Aït-Nouri, Rodrigo, Bernardo, O'Reilly, Semenyo, Shirky and Haaland completes the starting 11. Welcome to Matchday Live. We are in the studio and alongside me, of course, I've got none other than Toni and Shaun. Such a treat to be with you this Sunday afternoon. Shaun, quick word, how are you?
Amazing, thank you.
Amazing today. That's a nice word to use.
I'm on set with Toni, innit? So
listen,
can't go wrong there.
A rose between two thorns. Toni,
I'm not a thorn, thank you very much.
Listen, Toni, it's so great to be back on with you. How are you today, my love? You're good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. All the better for the women, winning 2-0 so far. So yeah, delighted.
Well, I'm glad you've set me up perfectly there because, of course, we're building up to the Tottenham game, but that is not the only game that is happening. We are in action in the WSL, and it's a huge game. It's a top-of-the-table clash. We take on Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium. I think it's just arriving at half-time, and as Toni has said, it is currently 2-0. We've had goals from Caroline and from none other than Bunny Shaw. Toni, we were watching the first half. First of all, what was your kind of overall assessment of how the girls were playing? A hell of a result against a very good Chelsea team. Yeah,
amazing. The girls will be delighted going in at half-time, 2-0 up against Chelsea, who in the past, they've struggled against, and they've also struggled against the top teams, and I think that's what's been different this year, beating Arsenal. And it was just unfortunate that the first game of the season was against Chelsea. That's been the only loss so far. But yeah, the girls can go 12 points clear now, and that's unheard of in the WSL. In previous years, it's normally between, a point between the teams. So yeah, hopefully the girls can keep it up, and then I think the name will be getting written on the trophy pretty soon.
Yeah, they will indeed. We're going to be able to go to the Etihad Stadium very shortly because we've got our commentary team over there, so we'll get some live reaction from that first half of football. Just looking at that starting 11 that we've brought you, Shaun, what were your first thoughts from our men's team there that's taken on Spurs today?
Very, very strong, but yeah, even if there was rotation in there, it would still be just as strong. I think Pep has rebuilt the team superbly since last January, and the players that come in, especially the two latest signings in Semenyo and Mark Gahey, we've seen them slip into the team as if they've been there for years. Yeah. So I think going into this game, we're in a good position. But as everybody knows, there's a funny thing that when we play Spurs, no matter how good we play, we never finally get the result we actually want to get. So hopefully today's the day.
We have to mention him again. He obviously came straight into the fold. Mark Gahey signing in the transfer window in January alongside Semenyo, who does also start. Wolves, and it was like a Rolls Royce of a centre half. Are you surprised at how well he adjusted? But how key is he also going to be today in helping us try and get a result?
I'm not surprised at how he played. I'm surprised more at how he seemed to fit straight into the way City play. Because he is a ball-playing centre-back. We've seen him do it for Palace countless times. Yeah. We've seen him do it for England at the Euros countless times. But to come into a Pep team, there's a lot more that goes with it in terms of where he needs to be, when he needs to be there, what passes he's looking to break the press. Yeah. But in that Wolves game, he seemed to have it. And I saw an interview with him after, and he still thinks and knows in his head there's a lot more for him to learn to do at this club. So you can only see him getting better and better. But he brings that element, for me, of a John Stones. He can dictate and slow the game or speed it up from the back.
Wow, yeah.
And when John Stones plays, and Rodri, then you kind of have two dictators in the team.
Yeah.
Which is good for City, I think.
It's huge. And I mean, I was fortunate enough to watch the game with Scott Carson. And he was talking about that when you do join City and join Pep, he says, you think you know football. I know we always hear it. But he takes your understanding of the game to a whole new level. And I think what's exciting is the potential of where Mark Gay can still go, having already had such a great career. When you do move, I'm thinking even for when you move to, what is it like when you're going into that new environment, having to take on new ideas, new systems? Because, I mean, he's only been here a couple of weeks, but it must be, I don't know, is it overwhelming or exciting or...
No,
yeah.
We see it with so many players, don't we? You can be doing well at your club, get a good move, and then kind of dwindle and not fit in. And so, like Shaun's saying, you know, the impact that he had in that first game, the way he just slotted in seamlessly. Even myself being at Manchester City for so many years, there's a club philosophy, and it's not easy. Like, it takes time to build and pick that up.
Yes.
So it's just great that he's coming in January, and he can hopefully have a big impact towards the end of the season.
You know, when you did your move to Barcelona, what were some of the biggest kind of differences or things that, you know, did you felt that also improved you as a player? And if so, how?
Oh yeah, it just makes you see the game completely different. And you know, we're saying about Pep's philosophy, in the fact that you might be comfortable on the ball, but there's certain times and certain areas where they want you in specific places, and sometimes it doesn't really make sense or register from what you've been used to at your club prior. And Barcelona was no different to that. I remember playing the number 9 role, and I hated it for the first 6 months because I was used to the freedom at Manchester City. I was playing left wing, and at Barcelona they just wanted you to be that focal point, and I wanted to get on the ball, and they were like, no, you're coming too deep, you need to be in this area at this time. And there was so much that went into it, and I think fans from the outside, when they're watching the game, they don't always appreciate that you're being asked to do something that the manager's telling you to do.
For sure.
And they can get frustrated and stuff, but it just takes time to build that into your game. So yeah, I mean, it is difficult going to a new club and picking up the philosophy so quick. Yeah,
it's been great to see. Same with Semenyo as well. I mean, looking at that forward three there as well, Pep's kind of stuck to his guns with the Shirky, Haaland and Semenyo. How did that work for you against Wolves, and what are you hoping for them to do today to try and, you know, get at this Spurs defence, which you can get at the moment, Shaun?
A bit of the same thing. I think that game against Wolves, you saw a bit of everything. We was playing more direct again, which we started the season, but it kind of tailed off. We've got back into that regime, so we're doing cute little fruit balls as well as that direct ball. And Spurs do play a bit of a high line. So if we can play the ball over there, you not only got Haaland that's going to run, Semenyo likes to run in the back, behind them as well. And he's very, very good at it. And then you've got Cherki who can play those passes. So I think I'm looking for that. But I'm also looking for us just to beat Spurs comfortably.
Yeah, for once.
For once,
at that stadium.
It would be a delight for that to really happen.
Also, on Shirky, is he the player of the season so far? I think all you have to do is goal involvements across the season. I think he's something around like 20 with goals. But I think he's only started 18 games. Obviously, he's come on a couple more times as well. Quite phenomenal numbers. But
that finish there shows you how clever and intelligent he actually is, because the defender's gone to block the wide post. Yes. He can see there's enough space if he lifts it to get it into that corner.
Yes.
So that's how cute and clever he is. I think with his ability, we're still looking to see. I think he could give a bit more output, because there was a couple of chances in the last game where he could have slipped Haaland in and so on. And I saw a few reactions on the sideline where they're saying, just let it go.
Yes.
But you need a maverick sometimes in that team, and I feel like he's good to be at City, because City needs somebody that sometimes will just do something off the cuff that nobody expects. And everybody sees City just playing pass, and wait for the perfect goal. He doesn't.
Yes.
He will gamble and risk the ball, and it's elements of what Kevin De Bruyne used to do.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, and Haaland will benefit from it as well.
Is there anyone that you played with Toni that was like that? It's just someone who just does it a little bit differently, or sees the game a bit differently.
You know, it's not the same position, but I think the same mindset. Keira Walsh, she's obviously playing against the girls today, but she just sees passes that others don't. And you know, in them tight-knit spaces, you can just get out of them, and you do need players that can just make the difference. And when it comes to these big games, when you're playing Chelsea, or for the men, for example, when they're playing the Arsenals, you need them people who are going to make the difference. And Kevin De Bruyne, there was no one better than him at doing it.
No, not at all.
So yeah, it's important that you'd have players like that on the team.
Yeah, they're going to another player that's just as important, and great to see him again. I don't know, he still feels like he's coming back to where, you know, the levels he was at, but Rodri just feels huge as well to have him back in the middle of the park, Shaun.
He's always missed. Even on a bad day, you will miss Rodri.
Yeah.
I think what he brings to the team, and sometimes he could have a bad game, but the fact that he's on the pitch instills fear into the other team because they don't break the same way. If they break, they rarely go through the middle. They try and go around it rather than through the middle. So that helps in terms of timing because people get enough time to get back. But when he's in there, like I said, for him to be able to control it and dictate the pace of the game and arrive late to the edge of the box, we've seen him take a few shots lately. That long chip pass he plays over the back of the fullback, it's stuff that is needed to break down those low blocks in defences. But I don't think Spurs is going to have a low block, which could set up for a very interesting and exciting game today.
Indeed. Well, we'll get into more of that a little bit later on in the show. As we said, our women's team are in action. They're across the road at our home, the Etihad Stadium, taking on Chelsea. It is half-time there. It's Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0, which is a huge, huge result. As I say, 45 minutes still to go. Nick Walsh is on commentary with Abby McManus, and we can go across to them now to get their thoughts from the Etihad Stadium on that first half of football.
So half-time at the Etihad Stadium. It is Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0. What a platform Andre Yeglet's table toppers have given themselves this afternoon. Delighted to be joined in commentary by former City and England star Abby McManus. Abby, I mean, they won't get a better chance to try and reverse this recent form on Chelsea, will they?
No, definitely not. Coming into the game, Chelsea were City were very confident. The stats that previous matches, City shouldn't be really winning right now. They've only beat Chelsea at home like 1 in the last 8. So to be fair, to be 2-0 up, they must be happy. But coming into this fixture from this season alone, they must be full of confidence. City need these 3 points to obviously bury Chelsea and make sure that this league title City's.
It was a well-taken opening goal as well, wasn't it, from Caroline? Had time to set herself. Obviously had to get the shot through a crowd. There might have been a nick on the way through, but there was nobody taking the goal away from Caroline.
No, definitely not. She didn't rush. She stayed calm, composed. It was like the 3rd corner in a row. Touch off her knee, let the ball settle and rifled it into the back of the net.
And crucially, a second, about 10 minutes before half-time, Chelsea not happy in the build-up. They thought there was a foul by Bunny Shaw on Naomi Gemma. I mean, we've seen it a couple of times.
Yep.
I'm not convinced, are you?
No, definitely not. As a centre-half myself, you've got to be a bit stronger. Bunny Shaw's gone over to that side to stay away from Millie Bright a little bit, and it's worked well for her. She muscled off her, finished clinically like she always does, and another one to Bunny Shaw's tally.
That threat from Chelsea remains, though, doesn't it? Ayaka Yamashita has been forced into a couple of good saves, notably denying Kira Walsh from distance.
Yeah, definitely. She fumbled one, which fortunately for her was offside. But apart from that, she's had a couple of good saves to do. But yeah, I think for me, the fullbacks for Manchester City have stopped everything that Chelsea have tried to cross into the box, and they've denied them any chances at all.
And if you were back in that dressing room, Abby, what would be your message to your teammates?
If I was in that City dressing room right now, I'd be, first of all, happy, but I also know what Chelsea can do. They've got people like Sam Kerr on the bench. They know the bench is they've always had a strong squad. They can put fresh legs on that can change this game. So yeah, you're comfy at 2-0, but 1 goal for Chelsea and it changes the game completely.
Yeah, half-time at the Etihad Stadium is Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0, all to play for against the defending champions. Half-time score, Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0.
Nick, thank you, and thank you to Abby as well, a good friend as well. It was lovely to see you smiling there, seeing Abby on the screen, Tony. Looking at, obviously, not the game, and you talked about, obviously, it's a really impressive result, but I just wanted to ask you, firstly, what is it as the manager has done that has kind of got this City team, one in the position that they're in, but playing the football, just seems to have gone up at like almost 2 or 3 levels this season. What has he done, and have you noticed in this Manchester City team?
Oh, he's been like a breath of fresh air. I think the impact that he's had on the girls, obviously he's only been in charge this season, and normally they say it takes people time, but I just think the impact he's had on players like Jade Rose, she's playing in her first professional season, come from college football. You've got Laura Blinkelder-Brown in midfield, and you know, she's probably only a squad player, but she's started nearly every single game, and her performances, he's just give them this confidence, this level of freedom. I think it's important that they've had Viv and Bunny on the pitch at the same time. Last year they both had injuries, so yeah. I mean the impact that them players have. And then I also think that the squad depth is bigger, and that's what you need if you want to win the title. You need that.
Yeah.
I think like Lauren Hemp's been out injured, but the girls that have come in and done a job, you look at the bench today, it's the strongest I've seen it in a couple of years.
Agreed.
But that's what it's going to take, and hopefully that can see them over the line and get this title that we've waited 10 years for.
Yes, I mean, as it stands at the moment, if we manage to keep this result, which means 3 points, I think we were saying, is it 12 points?
12 points, yeah.
12 points clear. I mean, that feels huge, Shaun.
It's more than huge. I think when you get into those realms with 9 or 10 games left to go, you then look at yourself and say, if we get the next 3, it's then ours to throw away. The only way we don't win the league, then it will be on us. But I think what the manager's done for them is give them a whole different mindset and mentality, because it's good. It's all good having a squad of players, but if you don't have that mindset and winning mentality, you can't do the things that they've just done.
Yes, yeah.
And they've been on such an amazing run.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to carry on because of where their mindset and mentality is.
Yes.
They now believe that they can beat anybody they come up against. And it doesn't matter whether you're top or bottom. If you ain't at your best, we're going to beat you. And if you are at your best, we can still beat you.
Yeah.
And that's what the City women are showing right now.
You take the last fixture, for example, them winning 2-1 against London City Lionesses, scoring in the 87th minute. And last season, they would have just been patient, play for a draw, which isn't City's standard.
Yeah.
But the type of football that they were playing last season was more build-up, patient, you know, we'll find a way. Whereas this year, Glitz has just got them, no, we're going direct. We've got Bunny Shaun, number 9, up top, best striker in Europe at the minute. Why wouldn't we use her? Why wouldn't we use her strengths?
For sure.
And then we're getting the results, you know, not playing too pretty, but it's about winning at the end of the day. And that's, like Shaun's saying, it's, in football, it's a lot about mentality, and they've changed that this year.
Yeah, you can really feel, I mean, even, you know, around the team, with the team, the energy and the momentum as well, which you pointed out. And it seems like different players are having, you know, big moments or key moments throughout the season. Goal scorer of the first goal, Carol, amazing on the wing. I think we're able to bring that now, but I'm talking through. But is that, I think that's 3 in 3 now. Is that
3 in 3 or 2 in 2? I'm not 100% sure, but she's in the right place. The touch isn't great, and yes, it takes a little bit of a deflection, but when you are working that hard to try and make things happen, you earn that little bit of luck, and that's what happened there.
And also just her performance over the last few games, Shaun, how impressed have you been with her?
Very impressed, very direct. We've seen her a few times in this game as well, get past the defender and try and go. Yes, there's a few times you would say, I was shouting, shoot. Obviously, she might have seen something else, but to have a player like that, it is brilliant for a team, especially if you're under the cosh. She will get the ball and Carolyn will drive. And she'll get your team further up the pitch, which causes problem for them because now they're backtracking and then anything can happen from that moment, Toni.
We spoke about as well, you know, when you sign for a new team and you have to fit into the team. I think when she first signed, she was making wrong decisions, maybe carrying the ball too much and then not releasing it at the right time. But it's like a teammate to like recognising what her strengths are now, and she's recognising what she brings to the team, and it's complementing each other.
Yes.
So we're seeing the best of her, and the fact that, you know, Grace Clinton's on the bench, Mary Fowler's coming back from injury. There's players in that position that could be playing.
Yes.
And Glitz has made a big decision today, and obviously it's paid off.
It's paid off. It's great to see Mary Fowler back on the bench as well. That's a very, very welcome return. You just mentioned her before, goal scorer of the second goal, none other than Bunny Shaun. I mean, I think you said it then, to quote yourself back to you, Toni, does feel like the best striker in Europe at the moment. I mean, just how good is she and how difficult must she be to play against as a defender? Oh,
a nightmare. I was saying to Shaun before, Gamer, she just pushes it aside like she's one of the strongest defenders in Europe as well, and Bunny Shaw's just pushed it aside. Shaun was saying maybe a foul, maybe not. But yeah, she's just so strong, she's so powerful, she can go in behind, she can hold the ball up. She's scored as many goals with her head as she has with her feet. She's over 100 goals now for Manchester City. She's just worth her weight in goals. I think her contract's up this summer as well, so hopefully we can tie that up soon, because she's just having such a massive impact on this team. And especially with Viv, obviously Viv gets the assist there, but just the way they play off each other, it's the perfect partnership for Manchester City, and great weight of ball there.
It does, and it feels like it's still, you know, it's growing and blooming, and also a little shout out to Hasegawa as well. I
just really love that she scores all sorts of goals.
Yeah.
I think that is the sign of how good she is as a striker. She's not bothered how the ball gets in the net. She just wants it in there and to be successful for her teammates. And it's good that our team demand that much more of her, that they're always consistently trying to make chances for her, which more times than none end up in the back of the net.
There's even been times this season when I've watched the game and she's missed a few chances, but she's always there still. Like, her head never goes down. She's always there, and then getting on the end of things last week, 87th minute it took her. It doesn't affect her when she's missing them chances.
Yes, she kind of she's got that focus.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to keep bringing you updates of that second half throughout this show, so hopefully there'll be more goals. Chelsea have had the ball in the back of the net, but obviously it was given offside. So they are a threat, Chelsea, but hopefully we'll be keeping a clean sheet. And I know Jay Rose and Alex Greenwood in particular will be making sure of that. FG has joined us not in the studio, from Spurs on our big screen, alongside none other than Michael Brown. Gentlemen, good afternoon. It looks like it's raining there. How are we feeling about the game?
Honestly, I'm feeling a lot better because, as always, I think the women's team have set the tone for the day, right? It's 2-0 at half-time. We're feeling good. The rain is out. Brownie's coat's a little bit wet, as you can see. He's brought his pink mic with him. Welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I mean, it's a massive game here from the men's perspective, and if the women's example is anything to lead by, we're going to be in a great position.
We are. Great start of the day, isn't it? That's what we want. A nice double will be exceptional for us, but we're back here again, FG. This stadium, we know it's been built recently. It doesn't disappoint. It's great to come here and play. It was a little bit difficult for us, but I think we've solved it now. We're ready to go, and a great team selection.
Yeah, we saw the players coming in just on our right-hand side, the camera's left-hand side. They look focused, they look ready, they know the job in hand. From a Tottenham Hotspur perspective as well, it's a massive game for them because they're under a lot of pressure, in particular at home.
They're under so much pressure. Obviously, question marks over the manager. He hasn't been here long. They need a European game, and the Champions League been going ever so well, haven't they? Grinding out results, but the pressure of the Premier League coming back from Europe, they haven't really delivered. They've got some good players, we know. They're missing several, as lots are, but really there's certain areas they have struggled, some key names. But when the pressure starts to mount, when this place hasn't won trophies, yes, they have last season, but over as a collective, pressure turns quickly. League performances are going to be so important. This is probably a game sort of going, do we really need this today against a strong Manchester City side?
Yeah, it is a strong Manchester City side. We've already seen the team in the studio announced by Cel. What's the standout for you in that starting lineup?
The standout, well, Mark Gay is one, isn't it? Rodri, Semenyo, there's players who can freshen it up. I think that's so important, isn't it, when you're coming into a game straight after a European night. So yeah, I think that straight away, the players who have come in are going to make a difference. Rodri's getting better and better. That rest, actually, although he didn't want it, would have done him the world of good. So they're the standouts. That back line, Nori getting some time, Kushinov, and Mark Gay is going to learn so much from him, the big man at the top of the pitch. He was questioned last week, wasn't he? When's he going to score? He's just there, isn't he? All the time. He's just setting records. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fascinating game for different reasons. Both sides under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, under a little bit of pressure indeed. Let's reveal to you the Tottenham Hotspur team to face Manchester City today. You can hear the stadium, the atmosphere in here is really, really loud. So apologies if I am a little bit loud too. But Vicario, Paulinho, Romero, Dragusin, Bissouma, Gray, Gallagher, Udogie, Xavi Simons, Kolo Muani and Dominic Solanke. The substitutes are on the right-hand side of your screen as you're looking at it. I mean, the big talking point in this team, Conor Gallagher, he's going to give them so much energy in that midfield, isn't he?
I think he's going to be a pest. I think that's what you're trying to say, isn't it? He's going to get after people. Paulinho, he can also ruffle it up. So I think it's strengthen them, give them more energy, more sustainability. I think when they looked at Conor Gallagher, because of the amount of injuries for not this season, as 2 seasons that the club have had, they've looked at him, and we don't want to tempt fate, but he's been 100% ready all the time, and I think that's something that is going to be important for this side. But at the top of the pitch, they've got threats all around. Xavi Simons, it can unlock anything. If he starts well, someone's got to get in around him. So in the middle of the pitch, it's going to be so interesting.
And back to a Manchester City perspective as well, defensively, that back four, we've got Mark Gay, of course. He came into the club recently, but he is a Premier League captain. He was captain of Crystal Palace. He had so much success there. He has a lot of leadership. We've got Nori starting at left back. Do you think Nico O'Reilly is pretty key in midfield to potentially cover him when he goes forward?
Well, he can do. I think we've got a flexibility about our side that he'll certainly drop in. I think what we've seen as well is Nori bombing right down that left-hand side. He wants to get forward. It will be slightly dangerous. We're on the counter today against the Spurs side who will look for that. But yeah, I think Nico now is getting better and better. Different roles. finding himself more in the middle of the pitch is where he would have expected his Manchester City career to be. But again, you've got to cover each player. That's only a given, isn't it? But ahead, Semenyo as well. How's that going to work with that relationship?
Yeah, Semenyo, indeed. He's been fantastic since he started here at Manchester City, and he knows what it's like to play in games like this. How do you think he's going to sort of fare against potentially a lower block than usual? Well,
we're just looking as well, young Archie Gray. Somebody, the family of his history of Leeds United as a footballers have all come through. He's come here and he was expected to be in the middle. He's played lots of times at centre-back, at right-back, a flexibility, so many games for such a young player. Do you know, he's got everything, but this is going to be a different test for him to slot in there, to understand that we can go help with the midfielders where possible. So, yeah, it's really an interesting one. I think you look as well, the no Porro for Spurs. He can be one of those that can be key getting forward. There's good players all around the pitch. And I think if City can take advantage early, we're going to see a little bit of discomfort here in the stadium.
Yeah, well, it's a fantastic stadium here as well, and a fantastic occasion. Sunday, 4:30, just like me and Brownie like it. And let's head back to the studio. Of course, we've still got the second half of the game to go. Let's Shaun and Toni there as well in the studio. Got a message?
Yeah, no, it's always a message, isn't it? They'll be behaving themselves. Right, he's going to give us so much detail today, mate. I just tell, full of stats, he's got the lot ready. Kel, calm down today, don't get too excited.
Thank you so much, Brownie. Thank
it's
you,
3-0, by the way.
3-0?
3-0. Carry on.
Pink knife up in the air to
That's class. Thank you so much to Brownie and FG. We'll be going back to them a little bit later on. They are live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's jam-packed, this show. We've had another goal over at the Etihad Stadium. Here it is now. And who else, other than with a second goal, it's not Punny Shaw, it's that girl right there. Carolyn, with this unbelievable run from inside their own half, puts the burners on, and how about that for a confident finish? 3-0 against Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium. Toni, you said there just when we'd heard it and we saw the goal just before we played it for you, that is a player with confidence.
Oh, it is. I mean, it starts with Yamashita being brave, getting the punch. You know, she's made some important saves in the past few weeks, and then Hempo being brave again with the block, and then Carolyn. Wow, that is a player in form. You can see with the finish, a little dink, a bit like Haaland in midweek. But yeah, 3-0. I mean, 2-0, bit nervous. Could Chelsea get back in it? But 3-0, I think that wraps it up now.
And I mean, as we were saying as well, they've still got such depth on the bench. They're going to want to see out the result. But this feels like a huge... I can bring you a live goal. We have scored again. Who else? Carolyn with her hat-trick! Wow, 4-0. I mean, let's can we bring it? We've not seen it. We're seeing it with you now. Let's go. Here we go. Hemp on the left-hand side.
Oh, that's a nice.
Incredible.
Wow. I mean, a hat-trick. The Chelsea keeper, though, not happy there. Are we asking questions of their defending? I mean, the goal before, but it also there, they look very open.
Yeah, they look like a team that's trying to force the game, and I don't think you can force the game against a team like City because they're good with the ball. They're brave, as we've seen with Carolyn's second goal, and they're willing to take you the other way as well. So you can't go all guns blazing that early into the second half. But that's what they've done, and they've clearly been punished for it.
I think the problems with Chelsea, I've seen them recently, and they've gone to 3 at the back, and I knew that we'd exploit them in them areas. They play with the wing-backs really high. Ellie Carpenter there struggling to get back in. Baltimore on the other side. But this is a statement performance. This result, this performance, you know, to say that Manchester City have struggled against the top 3 in previous years, and then to be winning 4-0 now is just a massive statement. And Chelsea, I'm not sure where they go from here because it's been a tough season for them. And they'll be, you can see Millie Bright's reaction from that goal. Very, very disappointed.
I think as well, was it Miedema, I think, who kind of wins the ball once again just to set off Lauren Hemp, I think, as well. She seems to have been quite keen in a couple of goals.
Yeah, it was, but as Toni said, that the way Chelsea's system is, we had 2 players on Millie Bright's right-hand side. How does she mark that? Even at her best, on a good day, she can't stop that. No. And then by the time she does try to stop it, it's too late. The ball's involved. So sometimes I feel like when you do play that wing-back system with 3 at the back, you have to kind of start back to go full lines and centre-backs will get pulled into places they don't really want to go.
Andre's done his homework as well. I think it's great credit to the manager, because I was watching them against Arsenal, Chelsea, and they tore them apart in them areas, and they've done exactly the same. So I think, we were saying about the impact the manager's had on the team, but also tactically it's showing, how sharp he is, because it's paying off.
I also just wanted to ask you, when you said there as well about it being a statement performance, and as I said, there's still plenty of the second half still to go. If you're just tuning in, it's 4-0 to our women's team against Chelsea. Carolyn with a hat-trick. Obviously, we go to Arsenal next, and then I think Manchester United. So 2 difficult games, big games, but what sort of energy and confidence can the City team bring into those games, and what fear does it put in the opposition as well?
Oh, massive. The opposition will all be watching this game now, and Arsenal won't be looking forward to playing Man City. And also, I think it's true that I say if they win the next game, then it could be cemented at Old Trafford against Manchester United. I'm pretty sure
how
if they win
would that be?
that game, I'm pretty sure that is the way. So, what motivation that is as a Man City player.
Huge, absolutely. Right, we'll be bringing you, keep bringing you those updates from that game, and of course, as well, we're building up to our Premier League game in our men's team are in action against Tottenham Hotspur. It's looking at their team. I mean, first of all, Conor Gallagher in there, who I've always liked Conor Gallagher. They signed him in January. But you were speaking about Tottenham's box midfield. What is the thinking behind that, and what does that do for Tottenham, and what problems can that cause us, Shaun?
I feel like it could cause us a few problems if we don't isolate or break the press. But I feel they're going to plan to set traps. They're going to want us to have the ball and play out from our back end, but I still feel then they're going to press. I think they did it to us at the Etihad this year. Thomas Frank's first game against City, I think they set up to encourage us to try and play through the lines, which didn't go too well, and then hit us in the final third. But I think if we get past that, there is a lot of spaces, because they are vulnerable to leave 3 versus 3 at the back. And I think with Haaland and Cherki and Semenyo, 1v1 against their back 3, I would take all of the City players. So if we can beat that press, I think we could really embarrass Spurs today.
I think it's important as well. Rodri's on it, obviously, and we know his ability and everything, but after coming back after a long-term injury, it can take you time, obviously, to get up to this top speed. But when they're setting them traps, maybe that's where they want to catch Manchester City out.
Absolutely. But sorry, I was just going to ask as well, just where Tottenham have got a bit of pressure on them, let's say. We know they've been quite a bit inconsistent under Thomas Frank. We were saying, I think, on the show at the weekend, City get an early goal, that then, the stadium maybe starts to feel it a little bit, the players on the pitch. How much is that in the players' minds that they know they need to start getting results at Tottenham? And can that impact their game today a little?
Oh, definitely. An early goal, and the fans are turning on them. We know football fans can be like at times. It can be difficult and hostile environment. So, if City start sharp from the off and get that goal, then it can be a completely different game for Tottenham. But we know they've struggled at home. I think they've only got 2 wins there this season. But also mentally, Tottenham know they play well against Manchester City.
Yes.
So it could be a bit of a, end-to-end basketball game. That's what they want it to be. It's important that Manchester City control the game and do what they do best. But, it's an exciting game. I think there's a lot to play for. I mean, Tottenham, for me, should be doing a lot better. They're in 14th at the minute. And I think as a club on the whole, they're disappointed. So they'll be fighting for everything. And then Manchester City, we know how much we've got to play for. Need to keep up that chase with Arsenal. So it's going to be a great game, I think.
Yeah, I think it could, as you said, maybe I think it could lean into both kind of teams' hands. It is interesting, that form, though, that you spot on there, Toni. I think they've only had 9 points from home games. We're on to the 19 away from home. Can you put your finger on why it has been inconsistent for Spurs and Thomas Frank? They've done all right in the Champions League as well, obviously, automatic qualification for them there.
A lot of the Spurs fans ain't happy with Thomas Frank, and majority of them, I've heard, want him out. But
I like Thomas Frank.
I saw him at Brentford just like everybody else, and I think if you look at when he first started at Brentford, he didn't start that strongly either. It's as the time went on, he got the players in that suited the way he played, and then all of a sudden Brentford were beating teams like City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Whoever they came up against, they were giving them a run for the money. So I think in terms of the Spurs fans, I feel like they're going to have to bear with it a little bit, be a little bit patient, because there are new players coming in, but he's also inherited a lot of players that have just never done well under the previous 3 managers. So it needs a little bit of a cleanse. So it will be a difficult game, because everyone that plays against it, it's like their cup final anyway.
For sure.
So it will be tough, but I think, just give him patience. I'm a massive fan of Tom.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm massive.
And it's that conversation that's come round again, giving managers time. So do you think we do need to just collectively, I think this is actually just like footballing fans and media and pundits, maybe need to start having a bit more patience and understanding. Because then you look at, I think we did a graphic where we looked at the managers that have been here the longest, and or been with their team. It's no surprise, even Silver at Fulham, they had a tricky start, but they've stuck with him. Look at what they're doing now with limited resources. Brighton as well. There is the argument to say you have to just stick with them to begin with.
Yeah, they need time. I mean, as a manager, you're inheriting a team that you haven't built, but then you've got to try and get your philosophy over with players that maybe aren't suiting that philosophy. So it's the same. Thomas Frank, he done really well at Brentford, but then to go to Tottenham and try and play the same way.
Yes.
He's playing with different players. It's a difficult ask. I think even in his pre-game press conference, he was saying also about he's not looking for short-term fixes. He's looking for long-term, to sign in January.
Yes.
And the Tottenham fans are impatient, saying, well, who are we going to sign? We want this. And he's saying, but if you look at the market, there's no one really, I don't want to go and get someone just for the sake of it. It's a long-term plan.
Yeah.
And I think that's what football fans need, a little bit more patience.
Yes.
Give him his time, let him make changes, let him bring in new signings in the summer, and then maybe judge him from there. But I mean, maybe it's because he's no Andre Eglert, in his first season, flying with the team.
That's what they're hoping for, isn't it?
I just feel like fans are just jealous of, say, your City's, your Arsenal, well, not so much your Arsenal's, but your City's, your Liverpool winning silverware.
Yeah.
And they want a bit of that on a more consistent basis.
Completely.
So, the new generation of fans, they only see wins.
Yeah.
They don't see, a project.
Yes.
And they don't want to wait for the project. They just want it now.
Yes.
But it doesn't happen like that.
No, it doesn't indeed. Now, one thing that doesn't quite happen all the time is us scoring.
We got
Tottenham
5.
Hotspur Stadium. It's not 5 yet, Shaun.
Oh,
Shaun's face
you got
not
me
there.
excited.
No, but I'm speaking about an all-in-ball goal because earlier this week, it marked 2 years since Nathan Ake scored our first goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So we managed to sit down with him earlier this week as well to chat to him just about that goal and also his thoughts on this season so far and, of course, the run into the end of it.
And Ake prods it over the line, and the goal stands. Vicario said he was fouled. Ake's prodded it into the net, and City lead 1-0. The first ever goal scored by City at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Blues are surely on their way to the 5th round of the FA Cup.
Good memories. I think we just had a trip in Abu Dhabi, and we had a good week of training. We came back and we actually played really well, I think. But again, obviously when it comes to the end of the game, you're thinking, we still didn't score here. And then with one of the last kicks of the game, got the chance and the ball fell for me and managed to finish it. And it was just a great game. We won, kept the clean sheet, but finally got to score there as well. Obviously it was nice and it was a good step in the right direction for the season as well. Just coming back for a little break, so it was good. But I think as you said, it was just another game and go through to the next round and focus on the next one.
The season's getting exciting now, isn't it? How crucial a game is it in terms of the title race and for the rest of the season as well?
Yeah, as you can say, every game now is crucial. We know how difficult it is there, so it's gonna be massive. The only thing we can do is focus on ourselves and go there to win and go from there.
Great to have Nathan Ake on the show and talk about us getting that first goal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, breaking that duck. Hopefully, we're going to be scoring plenty of goals this afternoon, much like our women's team, who have put 4 past Chelsea in their top-of-the-table WSL clash. I was just told not to mention this, but I have to because I've reacted to it. Fulham managed to get it back to 2-2 at Old Trafford, but I have just been informed United have scored to make it 3-2. But still time for them to get another equaliser, so in Cel we trust. But we of course heard about Ake's goal, the first one at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It would be remiss of us not to mention a certain save that took place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We seem to mention it every time we play Tottenham away, but Shaun, it's hard not to because this more or less is a save that won us the title.
It pretty much was the save that won us the title, but a lot of Arsenal fans basically thought he missed it on purpose, but Ortega's a fantastic goalkeeper, stands up for very long, spreads his body perfectly, and that is normally where when you're placing it, you want to do it as close to the keeper's feet because it's normally harder for them to move their legs. But he got there, got down and got that leg out rapidly, and it helped us win the title. But he's left now, hasn't he?
I was just about to say, he did move at the end of the January transfer window to Nottingham Forest. That's all been signed, sealed and delivered. Of course, everyone here at Manchester City wishes him all the luck for the rest of the season, and we obviously can't thank him enough. Not just contributing, that's such a huge save, but I think Viana mentioned as well, huge contribution in the silverware that we've won while he's been here. I mean, I'd say we would go as far as to say that we've had probably the best 1 and 2 keepers set up in football
in a very long time.
Yeah,
a very long time. He was never a step down if Ederson got injured, because there was a lot of teams in the Premier League. He would have been their number 1 from start to finish.
For sure.
For him, his patience is a testament to him. The way he sat down, because I know what it's like being on a bench. Tony would tell you the same. You don't want to.
I don't know, Shaun.
I'm sorry, Big
Tony was always playing.
But yeah, it's not somewhere you want to be. No. Like, you understand the team ethos side of it, and you want to be together, but you still want to be the person on the pitch. But his patience and the
especially
team
as a
player,
goalkeeper, Shaun, isn't it? Because when you're outfield, you can obviously be on the bench, but come on and impact and still be mentally involved. But as a goalkeeper, to do that,
he was hardly involved. But when he was called upon, he gave every last bit.
And do you think he'll go straight into the sticks for Forest?
I would think so. I don't personally think Forest would sign him if he wasn't going to start.
Yes.
Because they've already got 2 keepers there.
Yes, yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. And I don't think Ortega himself would leave here to go and sit in the stand at Forest.
100%. Yeah.
So I don't think it would make sense in respects of that. But they're lucky to have him, to be honest with you. They're lucky he went. He would have most probably had a lot more options in the summer, or the summer just gone, that in many ways, no disrespect to Forest, that are most probably bigger and in a better position than Nottingham Forest.
How do you deal with that? As you were talking about there, so particular, for a goalkeeper, but when you are not starting her on the bench, it must be hard.
I told you I don't know, Cal. No, it is difficult. Sometimes you'd have to look at the bigger picture as well. You know, Manchester City want to be involved in all the competitions. There's so many games nowadays. So, rotation's key. I look at the women's team. They got Yamashita, they got Kiara Keaton, and it's so important, but it's not spoken about enough.
Yes.
We see many clubs, the second keeper playing the cup games, and, it's so vitally important, isn't it?
Yeah, we have just had a goal at the Etihad Stadium. Sadly, not the way we want it to go. So no clean sheet, but Chelsea have scored at the Etihad Stadium. So that is Manchester City 4, Chelsea 1. But so far, Tony, that's all right, though, because as you say, you get the 4 goals is a nice bit of breathing space for the girls.
It would have been nice for a clean sheet, but it's OK. We'll let them have 1.
We've got to give them 1.
Not too many more. But still, a fantastic result.
Let's now go from here, not to the Etihad, but to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We can now join FG. He is pitch side. There is Mr. Michael Brown as well. And I must say, Brownie, looking very smart as well, my friend.
Thank you very much, mate. I made a little bit of an effort, it's a bit of blue today. Normally I get criticised for black, but do you know, we all can't stand in our free clothes, can we, Kel?
No.
Free haircuts, free clothes, on brand as usual. Let's have a look. Yeah, 100% is on brand.
Thank you very much to Puma, by the way, for my amazing jacket.
Thank you very much, Puma, for not looking after me.
What we'll do, I tell you what, we'll talk about your Spurs memories, but first things first, what happened in the life of Brownie about a week ago, or maybe a few days ago? The group chat was all saying a special message to you.
What happened? I don't know. What's it in particular?
49 years of age.
I know, 49.
And listen, you know what my question is to you, Brownie? Would I ever forget your birthday?
No. Why? Did you forget it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't really send me anything. Is this where the gift comes out now?
I bought you a gift.
Amazing.
I bought you a gift.
Really?
So first things first, I'd like to wish you a very, very happy birthday, Michael.
Thank you, mate. Is it birthday or is it
my
wedding
pleasure.
day?
If you could just pop your...
Is it like...
Yeah, they didn't have any other colours, unfortunately. But of course, because it's your birthday...
Checking.
Yeah, it's my birthday. And because it's your birthday, Brownie, I thought, why not just get you a present as well?
Look
so
at this.
Happy birthday.
Oh my God. What's it? Amazing.
And there you are.
Oh, it's a beautiful
the cake's
gesture,
a little bit broken.
It's a beautiful gesture. It's nice, so I appreciate it. Thank you. What happened to this end? Have you started eating it already?
You stood on it without knowing because
was that me when I jumped over the bag?
It was. But I mean, look, you'll notice that the age is wrong, but you are 50 next year.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought we'd get you prepared to see that, and I also bought the number 6.
Okay.
Because he had no zeros left. So producer Jamie, who's got one of the craziest moustaches you'll ever see in the stadium, decided to make it a 0 anyway.
That's amazing. No, thank you, because it's my 50th year, isn't it? Do you want to hold? You can hold
No, I want you to take a piece there, mate, if you can.
I'll take it. I'm going to take it up to commentary.
Yeah.
Have it.
So whilst you're listening to the commentary, just know that it's Michael Brown's birthday. So please send in many, many happy birthday requests to him. He's got a very special ribbon on, and he looks so adorable.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so nice. Do you know what I'd like for my birthday? Do you know what I'd really like for my birthday? If the audience can see this newly made moustache on Jamie.
Oh, well, now that is your birthday.
Would he be able to just come forward and give
just step towards Brownie's
just
birthday.
give the viewers for my birthday.
There you go.
Just a little witness. Yeah. Stay there, don't rush. They can't see it. Take
Get a bit closer in. A bit closer
He's getting all shy, look. It's an absolute belter, isn't it?
We'll let you be the judge of that. Happy birthday. That's another present. But I'm going to head back to the studio. Please let us know what you think about Michael Brown's ribbon, and you better be nice.
FG, of course we have to be nice to Michael Brown on his birthday. It really brings out his eyes, that colour. It's a lovely choice, and I'd say it's very in keeping that Michael Brown unknowingly injured the caterpillar. It's very Michael Brown, that.
I mean, Kel, do you know what happened, right? I had to go take a picture. Look, the cake's falling off him. It's on the pitch. It's chopped on the pitch. Do you know what, Kel? I literally jumped over to sign this thing, and I thought, what have I stood on in the bag? But they obviously didn't tell us that it was the cake.
Did you use that?
Listen, I've done some fancy dress things. They're coming from everywhere to take pictures. You're ridiculing me now. It's not fair.
I tell you what else he did, Kelly. Stepped on it, and just for one more measure, he went in again with another one.
Yeah.
You got a yellow card for the cake.
There you go.
I've left one on the back of the cake, Kel. Look.
I was going to ask, did you...
Righty, that was like one I used to get you with, wasn't it? That's what I used to do to Righty, look.
So great. But no, obviously, very happy birthday, Michael Brown. Very happy birthday indeed. Lovely work. Questionable touch there on Jamie, we must say, but I think, at least we got to see it, Shaun.
Oh, next time I see him, I might ask him to shave it off, to be honest.
Right, it's jam-packed, it's non-stop. We're going to the Etihad. We can join Natalie, because I believe as well there's been another goal, Nat. Tell us what's been going on over there.
So just as I told you all it was 4-1, it's now actually 5-1. City 5, Chelsea 1. A fifth goal coming for Viviana Miedema. It was a corner that's come in, and she's got a lovely head. She's flicked it back, and it's gone in at the near post. Lovely goal from City. Oh my goodness, I cannot get over this. What a day. I thought maybe a narrow win. This is a statement, an absolute and utter statement. The league will be shooketh after the... Oh my God, we're on again. Stay with me for a minute, we're on again. It's currently City 5, Chelsea 1. Oh, no, breathe everybody, just take a minute, right? If anything else happens, we'll let you know. City 5, Chelsea 1.
Thank you so much, Nat. So there we have it, another goal. I mean, to Toni, are you surprised at this result?
Yeah, I must say, because as I've said previous, that they've struggled against the top teams, but also no, because I know the quality that the team has, and Jeglert's letting them play with that freedom. It's nice to see Viv get on the score sheet. She's had a lot of assists, and I mean, she's just quality. She's one of the best signings that City have had in years, the impact that she's had. So yeah, I mean, Arsenal next, and then it could all be wrapped up. I'm getting excited.
Come on, fingers crossed. Should we get any more goals, we'll be bringing you that as we go. If you've just tuned in, thanks for joining us on Matchday Live. My name is Cel Spellman. Shaun and Toni with me in the studio. We've been bringing you updates from our WSL clash and building up to our game against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Of course, Shaun, it'd be remiss for us not to talk about the hunt for the Premier League crown. We currently are sitting in second. 7 points behind Arsenal after their what felt like a big statement win from Arsenal against Leeds. What did you make of that result from Arsenal on yesterday?
I did watch the game. Arsenal did what Arsenal do in many ways. I wouldn't necessarily say they played that well, especially in the first half. Mm-hmm. But they have players that can win you games and set pieces that cause people all sorts of problems. So. Yeah. I thought it would have been more difficult for them at Ellen Road, but they came away from it and like you said, made it look like a statement win.
Yes.
But I think in their run-up to try and win the title, they're going to play against tougher opposition, which will cause them more problems. So there will be opportunities there as long as City do what we know City normally does around February.
Yeah.
Just go on their winning streak. Then it will be, if Arsenal don't match that, then they will close the gap like we've seen it done before, and it can also happen again.
That'll be in the back of their minds as well, Arsenal players, because in the past years they've slipped up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's important that City keep winning, keep putting the pressure on, because like Shaun says, they have big games coming up, Arsenal, and everyone knows that they're renowned for, you know, slipping up towards the end of the season. So it's going to be an interesting few months ahead.
It's hard the next couple of weeks. I mean, our 2 games are huge. We've obviously got away to Tottenham, and then we go away to Liverpool. They've got Sunderland at home next. So even in these next kind of 2 fixtures feel really key and important in the title race. They've still got to go to Spurs as well, and Arsenal have to come towards. So does it feel like we have to at least be near them or be putting that run together when they come to the Etihad, Shaun?
You would hope so, and that's what we want to see. But football works in a mysterious way. It might not go that way, but the end result could still mean that City could still win the title, if that makes sense. You've got to think of Arsenal in 4 competitions.
Yeah.
They very rarely rotate at the back unless they've already won the Champions League, like you saw. Then they rested Saliba and Gabriel. If they haven't, and they won't, they don't rotate that much. So there will be fatigue. There will be injuries to come to key players. Our players, apart from Josko, are on the way back from injury.
Yes.
So our squad depth will get a bit bigger. There's a few players, if you look at Eze, he seems like his confidence has been shot since he got dropped after he scored his hat-trick. He hasn't really played since then. And there's other players like that as well in that Arsenal team. So whether they have the longevity within the 11 that starts on a regular basis to go all the way is going to be the question.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Aston Villa in action today as well. Of course, they're the other team that you have to mention that are in the title race as it stands. However, they've been playing Brentford this afternoon, and that is full time, and they've lost 1-0 to a 10-man Brentford team as well. That feels like a huge result. Let's take a look then at the Premier League table. This is how it looks. So as we can see, Aston Villa lose now. We can then make a 3-point gap between Villa and close the gap to 4, Shaun.
Yeah, you can, but I think the thing that stands out on there is if you look at, like you say, we talk about Arsenal not scoring that many goals and a lot of own goals, but if you look at Arsenal and City's goal difference in comparison to, say, like your Villas and your Man Uniteds, you know what I mean? And even your Chelsea's on plus 15.
Yeah.
They're the 2 teams you would say will be there at the end, just based on, in many ways, that fact they're scoring more goals than anybody else.
For sure. I mean, even Everton there, I mean, they've kind of crept up into the middle teams as well seem to be doing really well. It's so difficult this season, it feels like.
I think it's been a crazy year for me. Like, even Arsenal, there's times when you think they can run away with it here if they get the win, and then they lose. And I think with any title race, you need a bit of luck, an element of luck, and Man City are fortunate that they've slipped up a couple of times and that they're still within the race. But yeah, you look at Everton improving. Shame that Jack Grealish got injured, because I thought he was doing fantastic there as well. Tottenham down in 14th. But that's football. I think the Premiership's just getting better and better and more competitive every year. I think that's why we say it's the best league in the world, because anyone can take points from anyone.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen so much of this season. Hopefully there'll be a few teams doing a favour and taking some of Arsenal over this back half of the season. Right, we've heard from Nathan Ake. Let's hear from another one of our players now. Really excited to have him on the show. We signed him in the summer. Ait Nouri came from Wolves, our left back, of course. Great to have him return after the African Cup of Nations. For me, I think he's such a technically gifted player. He brings us so much going forward, and of course solid at the back. We sat down with him earlier this week. Here's how we got on.
We know the Premier League is very hard. Until the end, we need to give everything, and it's a good race, you know. And it's simple, you know, like everyone want to win every game, and this is the mentality. And we'll try to to win every game.
That is the motivation, that is the energy there. Aït-Nouri talking about crucial it is now to try and win as many of these games as possible to try and, of course, close the gap and end up on top of the Premier League table. What do you make of Aït-Nouri, Shaun?
I loved him at Wolves.
Same.
I think he's a defender that makes fans get up off their seat.
Yeah.
I think he's anticipation, he's dribbling, he's technically gifted, he's skillful. It feels like he's almost playing in the wrong position.
Yeah.
Because his attacking mentality is so much like a winger. It's scary.
I feel technically he's it reminds me a bit of Mahrez, the way he moves with the ball. And I mean, no one I think is going to be able to anyway get a better first touch than Mahrez, but he does have that, like, the street kind of footballer about. I don't know, I just feel there is a bit of Mahrez in him a bit, from left back.
I think he sees things when he sees things when he dribbles. It's almost like it's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Whereas if you watch Semenyo, everything's like quick and rushed, where he does it all elegantly. Nothing's really that sharp. It's all just shoulder dip. He does it so well and it's so hard to read because you're thinking, well, he's not going to do that because otherwise he would do it quickly. And then he just glides past people. Yeah. Like you saw him in the Champions League in midweek where he's just gone on that little mazy run. And I thought he should have shot, but he's an unselfish player, tries to cut it back and he gets blocked. But
yeah.
I hope he plays the way he played then and Tottenham will be in problems.
Yeah, absolutely. He does start, of course, Nico O'Reilly in the middle, but we'll speak about that in a little bit. We're going to go to the Etihad Stadium because at half-time in our WSL clash against Chelsea, Nat managed to catch up with the Wanted. What a throwback. They performed at the Etihad Stadium before kick-off. So let's hear now from Max and Siva.
How was it?
Really cool. Yeah, like, honestly, just being on the pitch, I mean, for me, it's a huge thing, you know what I mean, being a City fan. And, yeah, it's all my family were there as well, so it was dead nice. And my brother came right next to the stage. And, yeah, I mean, it's massive. When you're down there and you look, it's absolutely massive. So, yeah, it was wicked. I'd love to do it again.
Because, of course, if anybody doesn't know, you're a Mancunian, you're a lifelong Blue, you're actually a season ticket holder for the men as well.
I am, yeah, 26 years. I mean, I feel old saying that. 26 years I've had a season ticket, so I've been, you know, through thick and thin, a lot of thin, but yeah, the last few years have been pretty fun.
Pretty fun, and we've converted Siva today, I think. You're now an honorary Blue.
26 days.
I've been a City fan.
26 days. Now, Max brought me to my first match last year. Was it September or somewhere in the summer against against Fulham United.
No, just
Fulham. New football fan. Look at Max.
Oh mate, it's horrible, isn't it?
I almost said bunny rabbit instead of short today. That's bunny rabbit.
We'll educate you.
He's embarrassed about me, but you know, you got to start somewhere. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and yeah, I'm happy to see Max excited and happy. So
because he's been beaming all day.
Oh yeah, he's been a little kid. Look at him. He's also he's embarrassed right now, but he's mostly excited.
You guys, throughout your careers, have done some pretty big gigs, some pretty exciting things. Where does this rank for him, do you think, on his excitement levels of everything you've ever done?
I mean, we've done Wembley, but I would say this is above Wembley for Max, because Max has been a proper fan for forever.
Above Wembley?
Yeah. I've had some good days at Wembley, on stage and watching City, but I think, yeah, doing it here has always been like the one place that I've always wanted to do it. Yeah. Number one.
Love to hear that, and we know he's telling the truth as well. In terms of the band, what's next? What's happening? What's the plan? You're not stopping, are you?
That's it now. We're going to retire after today because I'm done. I've had enough now.
Yeah. My job.
That's it. Yeah. No, we've gone. I mean, it's sort of. This is a lovely start to the year. We've got a load of festivals in the summer, and we're announcing our tour next week. So we're doing a UK tour, first UK tour as us. We've done 2 in America already, but nothing here. So we're going to, we're going to put on a show in, a few shows in October, November, maybe. I think. Yeah.
That's an exclusive, by the way. That's never been announced. So, cheers.
Is he allowed to have told us, by the way?
That's new. Well, you've said it now, so that's for all the fans.
Shh! Don't tell anyone they told us. It's because I'm such a tough interviewer, getting all the gobs out of him.
I feel like I can share anything to you. can share my soul to you now. It's like
Anything you want to tell us? You know, it's the Man City family. That's how we do it.
Well, that's what it's like, is it? Family, stick together.
Right. Oh, we really do, by the way, don't we? Oh, we do, City fans.
We do. Well, we've been through it, haven't we?
Well, you've been through it recently because you went to Boda.
I did. Yeah, that was awful. It was absolutely crap. 3-0 down after an hour. It took me about 6 hours to get there and it was freezing.
How many layers did you have on?
Not enough. I was freezing. But my mum enjoyed it because she was drunk. I had to carry my mum out and it was all ice outside. So that was fun. But she loved it. She loved it.
It's because you're hardcore.
Yeah, it was a bad result, but the trip was cool.
What do you think about today then? Because obviously, because we've been at the women's game, I've been able to put the men's game out on my mind. It's a huge game against Spurs today, and obviously we've not got a great record down there. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, our record's poor, isn't it? I think we'll turn them over today. I think we'll turn them over. I think they're average, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? And I feel like we clawed our form back against Galatasaray the other night, and I think we'll do them. I think 3-1.
Don't mince his words, does he?
Yeah, he said it better than me.
Yeah.
He said it better.
Say, we'll do him.
Yeah, we'll do him. Yeah. Let's have it.
Yeah. proper bang.
Let's have it.
Proper bang now. We're going to go back over to the studio now. Shaun Wright-Phillips is in there. I know you're a big fan.
Hero, absolute hero. I've actually met Shaun a couple of times, and the second time I met him, he was sat in front of me going on to Istanbul. He was sat right in front of me, and but yeah, he was getting hounded, so he ignored me last time. But I love you, mate.
Did you just try and stay cool?
Yeah.
And just
Yeah, I was trying to say cool. I was so excited. Yeah. I love him, honestly. He was the best right winger in the world when we had him.
Love him. And Toni Duggan's in the studio as well. I love Toni. Spent the summer doing the Euros with Toni. Amazing. She's amazing. Yeah. We love you. And Cel, we've got to you love Cel, I've heard. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Cel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Way back.
Yeah. Back way.
Yeah.
No,
Cel,
you do.
Yeah.
You do go way back. Yeah. We've known Cel for years.
Really?
Nathan's like best mate years ago.
Oh!
Remember at the BBC?
Oh!
Yeah,
right,
Cel.
sorry. Cel.
Cold Feet. He's on Cold. He was on actor, Cold Feet, former proper. Yeah.
Listen, we haven't been on. We're back after a decade, so give us.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me.
Yeah. It's coming back. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We go way back.
All right.
Yeah.
Cel, Shaun, Toni, we love you. Back to the studio.
Thank you so much. The 1 2.0 mad to hear that back after a decade, and yeah, that was there when you were first around.
You kept that a little secret.
Don't listen.
Your old besties and that.
Don't worry about listening. Friends in high places, mate. There's many friends I have that you'd be surprised to know. But also, as well, nice for Max there to mention. I mean, you won't take it, Shaun, Martin. That you are such a a legend in all Manchester City's fans. Such a good time. I guess.
I'm just happy to see Toni do it. To be honest.
Legends. You're blushing there, Shaun.
Yeah.
We
just a little bit.
We've not got. I think we're not far off stoppage time in the WSL clash. Still 5-1. We're hoping at half-time as well. We're going to hear from the manager and maybe a player as well. So make sure you come back to our half-time show, which will be half-time at the Spurs game. Speaking of, let's get some final thoughts from FG and Michael Brown. They've been bringing us updates from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So let's get one more hit from them now.
Yeah, thank you very much to the guys in the studio. We're back. Final thoughts. Like we always do every single week, the players have done their pre-match routine. They're finishing them off in the far corner next to our away fans. How are you feeling, Brownie?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited for it. I think when you're in a stadium like this, pressure's on. That's when you're sort of going, right, as a player, I've got to be right up there now to the level. Players have come in, we're freshening it up, places are getting tighter, competition looks a little bit better, doesn't it, all of a sudden? Yes, we're missing lots of players, we know, and understand that, but I think they'll be ready for it. It now starts. Arsenal set the tone yesterday because they were under pressure. I did a show yesterday, and I felt they'd win, I felt there'd be a reaction, and you expect that in a title race, don't you? But from now on, we have to react, we have to put the pressure back on, and this is what it is. This is again, it's a game you've just got to take the points.
There's some players in this team, in particular our club captain Bernardo Silva, who knows all about being behind the team that are at the front. Do you think his voice and his leadership is going to be key for some of our newer players who are in unfamiliar sort of territory?
Do you know, when I look at him, I sort of go, well, he's one that leads by example with what he does. He's infectious, he goes and presses when he gets the ball. I quite like it when he gets that sort of cockiness in the wider areas. And he sort of goes, go on then, you know what'll come near me, I'll do a few little turns, get out of little tight areas. And so I think he does it like that rather than vocal. I think Ruben Diaz as an organiser, someone who will do that. Mark Gay. I met somebody yesterday, a former Crystal Palace manager, and they were telling me we've got the real deal. And it was music to my ears. Stood watching football, listening to what he was telling me about how much he'll lead, how much he sets responsibilities, and again, he's going to be that vocal one. So one goes, one's replaced, and I think it's not just Bernardo.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mark Gay, we don't even speak about his leadership enough because he's not part of the so-called captains because he's just joined the club, but I mean, he's definitely a leader. You can see him behind us already when they're, before a game, motivating his teammates. It's like he's been here for a while already.
I don't turn around because I might have cake on me and everything. There's that much cake everywhere. You've got it in your horn, you've got it here, there and everywhere. But, you know, it's a great signing. And I think what he brings is somebody who sort of sees the danger. So if it's an Nico O'Reilly left back or an 8 Nori, he'll see that, cover across at the right time, and he'll also as well bring someone with him. So I think that's the difference as well. Do you know, when you're balancing off, Rodri is obviously the best in the world, and he'll need to build that relationship of who to go when someone drops off, but he'll talk that through. I think that's going to be important.
Let's step to one side a little bit and let the camera pick up what we're seeing here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We see this every time we play away from home. It's very much the same routine for this group of players, but this is the moment where you see them really focused and really ready for the task at hand.
It's the last little bit, isn't it? And they've got eyes on them. You can see a lot of the staff just watching, just to see if everyone's right on top of the game, at the level. Focus is the one, isn't it? That's the thing you can see, can't you, in their faces. Focus, determination. Last runs now. Just saying, here we go, in you go. And then as you're stepping into that dressing room now, you go and get your last few bits sorted, you get yourself sat down, then the manager, and of all managers, delivers that last little bit of detail that he hasn't given, a bit more motivational, you would say, little things that he might have picked up with what they've gone and done in warm-ups or any little thing that have come their way. But now they're ready to go.
Well, ready to go, and so are we here from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I mean, a word on the cake. The cake got given to the lovely supporters behind us who also asked you for a selfie, Brownie. That's very nice of you. That's a very positive thing.
All forgiving, mate. All forgiving.
Hopefully we
I don't need too much more.
Hopefully
cake,
Karma gets us. Hopefully Karma gets us well, and City come home with 3
we're gonna miss
points.
kickoff.
Let's head back to the studio. See you soon.
Yeah, because he's got to go all the way up.
Thank you, Brownie and FG, for their final thoughts there at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Lovely touch from Michael Brown as well, giving out a little Colin the Caterpillar cake to a young Tottenham fan. As FG says, hopefully that comes back around in some good karma for City. Guys, this show has absolutely flown by. Tony, quickly on, it's not quite full time in our game at the Etihad Stadium. It's in the 94th minute, so they are in added time. 12 minutes added though, so still around like 7 minutes left to play. 5-1 though, how big of a result is that, Tony?
Oh, massive. Delighted for the girls. They'll be over the moon with this result, and it sends out a big message to the league as well, especially Arsenal up next. They'll be fearing them. But yeah, I think we've got one hand on that trophy.
So,
I think,
gosh, that is exciting to hear. Of course, you say, trying to break that 10-year wait. So our girls have done it and set the standard, Shaun. How are you feeling about City's chances of getting a result in a place where we know we've struggled in the past?
After seeing, I would say, Tottenham, in many ways, it's a little bit depleted team without Van der Ven and Pedro Porro. I feel like the game's there for us, but that keeper, for whatever reason, every time we've played him, he pretty much gets man of the match. So first we have to beat him, but I think we're set up the right way. When are we never not really set up the right way? It's just whether we take our chances and whether we create them. But I think with Semenyo in there, he will create a lot of chances for Haaland. And you've got the Maverick side of Turkey, as we've seen, which will shoot from distance. And sometimes when you have a low block, it's something that we need to do. Is take more shots, because things happen when you take shots. It could be a little ricochet, it could go in. And if they keep taking them shots, eventually those defenders start stepping out. And when they do step out, there's the space for you to play those passes that you've been waiting for.
And how much confidence, Tony, can we take from the fact, as you pointed out, Tottenham, sitting in 14th, struggled at home? You'd like to think there's a chink in the armour there that we can get at a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first 20 minutes is vital, as we say. If we get the early goal and put them on the back foot, legend Mike Son will be there. Yeah. But yeah, put them on the back foot, get their own crowd against them, which tends to happen nowadays in football. But yeah, I just think Manchester City will have too much quality for them today, mate. Like Shaun says, they're just not at the races at the minute, Tottenham, so hopefully the lads can get the job done and keep up that pressure on Arsenal.
Absolutely. I've absolutely loved the show. It's been great to have everyone on. We've been going all over from Tottenham to here to the Etihad Stadium. It looks like our women's are going to go 12 points clear in the WSL. Let's hope our men after today can close the gap back to 4 points. Myself, Toni and Shaun, are going to be back at half-time. We'll hopefully bring you some reaction from the Etihad Stadium and, of course, be talking about a strong first half from Manchester City. Shaun, thank you. Toni, thank you. Thank you to all of you for watching. I'll see you at half-time. Oh, predictions. Sorry.
I was just about to say.
Quickly, Toni. I need one quick.
I'm going to say 3-1 City.
2-0 City.
Woof! 2-0, there we go. Wins all round. Come on, City.
Thanks, Kel. Players in the tunnel at this incredibly impressive stadium. It is one of the finest in the world, never mind in the UK. It used to be a ground that City didn't enjoy playing at, but thankfully, following Nathan Ake's goal in the FA Cup, it has now seemingly lost its hoodoo. The Blues playing last this weekend. They have been in advance of Arsenal so many times in the last few weeks, and already the news has filtered through that Aston Villa have been beaten at home. So it really is starting to shape up to be just a two-horse race. The players have just had the signal and they will come out into this vast arena.